Hello traders, Rich here, and here's a quick but detailed update on USDJPY. As usual, if you guys like video analysis, let me know in the comments or simply leave a like. So let's get started. As you clearly see, USDJPY has been overall bullish for a while, making higher highs and higher lows. However, it's currently approaching a very strong resistance area. If we zoom out to weekly time frame, we can even see it better, or even we can see it in a cleaner manner from monthly time frame. Look at how strong this resistance area is, and it's also a supply zone as we had an aggressive movement down from it. So we've got a support here around 100, a resistance here. Look at how many rejections we had previously from it, many times. And as price is approaching it again, we'll be looking obviously for sell setups. Of course, unless this resistance is broken upward, then it would become support, and a movement till our next resistance would be expected around 135. But let's take it step by step, right? Approaching a resistance area and also a supply. So let's zoom into lower time frames to get extra confirmation and trigger. If we zoom into M30 time frame, we know that we have been bullish previously, and we are currently trading inside this rising broadening wedge. So as per my trading plan, I'll be waiting for the bears to take over before we sell. So we'll be waiting for a new swing low to form around the lower trend line, sorry about that, to consider it valid. And for those who know me, I always highlight it like this as our trigger. And when the sell is activated, the stop loss would be just above the previous swing high. Let me highlight it also. That's it, and we target 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio to have an edge over the market from a risk management perspective. And meanwhile, as usual, until the sell is activated, USDJPY would be overall bullish and can still trade higher to dive inside this resistance area because it's from weekly and monthly before we trade lower, or even, as mentioned previously, break this resistance upward and trade higher. Before we continue, I want to tell you about Tickmill. Tickmill is established in 2014 and is one of the leading Forex and CFD brokers with registered users from more than 200 different countries. Tickmill is a no-dealing desk and ECN broker regulated in many countries like the UK, Cyprus, and recently in South Africa. With Tickmill, you can trade a wide range of instruments, starting from Forex to indices, commodities, and even crypto. Most importantly, with very low spreads and trading fees. If you don't have an account yet, make sure to create one using my referral link in the description below to benefit from 5% discounts on your trading fees. And let's continue. As we clearly see, CADJPY has been overall bullish, making higher highs and higher lows. However, it's currently approaching a very strong resistance area. We've got many rejections from it previously, and it's also around number 100, which is a very strong psychological level. That's why we'll be looking for sell setups on lower time frames. Of course, unless this resistance is broken upward, then it would become support, and we'll be looking for buy setups on 3 test. But let's take it step by step, right? Approaching a resistance area, we are looking for sell setups, and as price approaches our lower band or lower support area, we'll be looking for trend following buy setups. So now we're looking for sell setups if we zoom into lower time frames, because we always zoom in to get extra confirmation and trigger, because price can still break the resistance and trade higher and higher. We can see that lately CADJPY is trading inside this rising broadening wedge. And as per my trading plan, I'll be waiting for the bears to take over before we sell. So I'll be waiting for a new swing low to form around the lower trend line to consider it valid. And for those who know me, I always consider it as our trigger, like this. And when the sell is activated as per this analysis, the stop loss would be just above the previous high, and will target a 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio to have an edge over the market from a risk management perspective, because we already have an edge from a technical perspective, as we are around the upper band, which is our resistance area. And of course, until the sell is activated, CADJPY can still trade higher and higher to form new swings before breaking it downward, or even trade higher and higher to break this resistance upward for it to become a support. And as mentioned, from weekly time frame, if the sell is activated and as price approaches the lower band or support area, we'll be looking for buy setups, which is also a demand area as we had an aggressive movement upward from it. That's it for CADJPY. Best of luck, and I'll see you on the next one.